everybody in? I'm not. I got the pointer. Lost media. Good, we're good. We've got the thumbs up from the bottom, from the back. Right, wow. Wow. There's probably more people in here than T.A.T.u and Bristol and yeah, I'm only starting off with the anime gigs. Right, hello everyone!
Hello Timothy!
Oh, can everybody hear me or is that a bit loud? Okay, is that too loud?
Yes.
Is that better? Perfect, splendid. Like, with the microphone, you just don't know what's going on. So this year I've got the pointer because I watched myself and I ran all over the place. And I have to keep coming back to this laptop. So now I'm free, so I think by the end of the event, I'm probably going to be somewhere in the theatre room. The amount of running around. Right. Hello everyone and welcome to Lost Media and Anime Part 3, Stardust Crusaders! It's a JoJo reference! Which is a bit ironic. Oh god, this is not working. Oh no, it's my tech team channel. I can fix it. I will just have to. There we go. You have to do it. Oh god, Pete, you saw that, Pete. I got that on camera. Pete Chan tried to kill me. Okay, this reminds me of a story of years ago. I was at MCM and I was minding my own business and I felt a very light kick on the back of me. I turned around and I saw this man doing exactly what you're doing now. Rebecca's not in the room, but she will verify that was thing. Right, so kind of ruined my first joke. Sadly, there is no JoJo in this one because we talked about all the JoJo Lost Media in Part 1. Of course, the ill-fated JoJo movie or Part 1 that still to this day has not been found. But shockingly, some of that media from that first panel has been found. Of course, the Sailor Moon, which I believe you've actually also talked about in your panel, which I didn't see, but I heard it was very good from people who saw it. That got found. I think the Alpha J Quack, they found the first episode of the original Japanese dub. We didn't find the Captain Tsubasa 2002 dub, but we found some dub of the original anime, so I thought I'd just put that in quickly. So what is Lost Media? Lost Media is any media that's believed to have been forgotten or no longer exists in any form. The term is primarily used as a standard of visual, audio, automation, media such as films. That's what happens when a film dies. It makes the Mario death noise. Radio broadcasts, music, video games, and yes, anime. Just for an example, BBC have practically none of their archive pre-war, and that's a very long time. So yeah. You may remember last year when I did my piece on, I went a whole tantrum about Fort Bragg and the Crystal Maze, and I think someone made a joke about this guy hosting Countdown in France, and it's been in my head ever since, so I made the meme. But just to let you know, he didn't do it in France, that's just something I did on Photoshop. So we're going to start off, because we always start off talking about something non-anime, just to get people used to who may not be meeting Lost Media, just getting the concept of what Lost Media. Of course, you've got coyote versus acme. This is an ongoing thing, so I do believe this could change at any point. This could be totally different next week. So it was a movie that was made by Warner Brothers. It was going to be released in 2023. I think it was going to be in Barbie's slot. When Barbie was supposed to be released, this is the original film they were going to release. Features the classic Looney Tunes character, Wile E. Coyote, and he was going to be battling the Acme Corporation in court because they keep screwing him over. This movie was going to be live action, like Space Jam, and all of that god-awful back-in-action film. Yeah, I know someone in here is going to like back-in-action, and they're going to tell me off. The movie had some big names on board. James Gunn actually wrote it. John Cena plays the bad guy, and here is actually a photo of him.
I don't understand the reference.
If you're a wrestling fan, you can't see him.
Yeah, I don't like wrestling, I don't watch wrestling, but I know this meme. So, in November 2023, the movie well, just disappeared. It was shelved. So literally put it on the shelf somewhere and forgot about it. But why? Money! What do you think? That's a bit stupid. You spend all that time, resources and everything making something. Why don't you like dump it somewhere? Well, this is where the dodgy stuff sort of comes in. They get a $30 million tax write-off if they just walk away from the movie and pretend it never existed. This means they cannot release it in any way, ever. So, yeah, it means they just can't put it out there if they're going to do this. So to them, they see that $30 million tax write-off better than whatever it took. I think it was 17 million to make.
They totally need another 30 million.
Yeah, so they were just like, yeah, we feel like we're going to make more money by burning this film. Warner Brothers do have a bit of a history of doing this. Because XLR. They did actually air it all, but it didn't do quite as well as they wanted. So they went, tax write-off. And this came up a few years ago with the creator. They said, oh, you're going to reboot it? And he said, I'm legally not allowed to. Because it's a tax write-off and we can never show it again, we can never reference it again, we can never release it again. Luckily, people have recorded it and put it on dodgy sites, but so you can still watch it, so lucky it's not lost media.
What's piracy the internet?
Yeah. IPGX. I believe this is more something to do with the home media going out of business. I was very tired when I was researching this. Tsunami later found a loophole to make it a write-off, and I think they just showed a load of episodes at once to be like, yeah, that got rid of that show. But luckily, I believe someone has bought the home rights to it, so that actually has been sorted out. So it's a happier ending for this one, but there's not for these two, unfortunately. Of course, we're going to talk about Batgirl and Scoob Holiday Haunt. These were both two movies that were going to be released on the Warner Brothers streaming HBO, I believe. The second streaming service, I forget which one's HBO. And so this is sort of in a period where they're going to make real, good movies just for streaming, just streaming alone. And they realised that's a really crap idea. So they went, we can start writing these off. So the cool thing about Scoob, Holiday Haunt, apparently was 97% done when they made this decision, to the point they made the staff come back in and complete it. Even though they pretty well know it was never going to release. My understanding is Batgirl, they still needed to film stuff. It's not a complete movie out there. So stuff would exist, but not a complete cut. By Scoob, apparently there is a complete cut of it out there.
And Batgirl test screen, but they were thinking about doing a little more cleanup.
Yeah, my understanding test screenings, someone can. My understanding of test screenings is they don't show you the whole movie. A lot of it will be storyboards and be like, oh, we're going to do this. So you don't see, you think you see a complete movie. My understanding is some of it's storyboard, some of it maybe someone explaining the movie. But yeah, that's my understanding. I've seen some cuts.
With Batgirl, a lot of the filming had been done, but none of the post-production.
Yeah. So it's not they just decided not to. So these two just got written off and will never be seen, unfortunately.
At least with all these tax write-offs, they didn't have to shut down Rooster Teeth.
I just realised I could have put a load of Rooster Teeth. Okay, I'm still to this day. I was a Screw Attack kid, and how they treated Screw Attack, everyone was like, "Now you will know how it feels." No, it really does suck that a load of people have lost their job. It really. I do hope that people can buy the original Ruby stuff, can buy their back, and the Screw Attack people can buy their stuff back. I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's just going to be a hold off to some company that doesn't know what to do with it, and it will probably be lost forever. So this happened, and it looked like this movie, Coyote vs. Acme, was going to go the same way. But there was public backlash. People were like, no, we can't not release this movie. This movie needs to exist. So they allowed people to bid for it. And apparently one of the people who people want to bid for it is Mr. Beast, and they just wanted to put it on his YouTube channel. I mean, he's rich enough. I want him just to have the poster, but wanted him to his face on it like that. So people think it's a Mr. Beast video, and they just turn it on, and it's just this movie.
I think they're posters on the street.
Yeah.
Coyote versus Acme, it's just Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
But, go for that.
Sadly, as of writing February 2024, it has been unsuccessful. a lot of companies are interested, but Warner Brothers apparently just want that bit too much. And unfortunately, as of now, it looks like T.A.T.u vs Acme will unfortunately be on the shelf forever. But there is rumours that someone may leak it.
Surely.
No, it's not me.
Am I right in thinking this film is like 100% done?
Yeah.
Yes,
Absolutely complete.
it's done. It's not like we're talking about Paragate. They filmed it and they went, actually, you know, production is a big part.
Doesn't that make it technically that artists who worked on the film can't put that into their portfolios because
Yes.
they'd be under NDA clauses?
Yes.
That's why it's so
Yes.
fast.
This is it's a long.
They need to put something in place to stop
Yeah,
it.
this needs to be a loophole that is shut. They cannot just make stuff and then decide once it's all done. There should be some sort of loophole. Hopefully, this is getting out here, and this is why I have featured it in this panel. Even though it's not anime, I thought it was very interesting to talk about how lost media can be created in this day and age. Because when you think a lot of lost media is something that didn't do quite well, never quite got video release, and maybe had like one TV airing and something like that. So yeah, this is a very, very in trend, and it looks like a lot of lost media potentially could be made out of it, and it does suck. So hopefully something gets sorted out. Hopefully getting the word out there, more people get angry, and then maybe someone can, you know, go, actually, okay, maybe this movie is worth the risk. We make a load of money, and that Warner Brothers look really silly. So, on to our first anime. I'm going to play an earworm now. I'm sorry, I hope this isn't too loud. Oh, sorry. Oh, what? Oh, what's going on?
Relying on hotel internet.
いやいやいや、史上最強サイボンクロちゃんまた登場。ミックまた飛び込んだらコンパラミ。パワフルクロちゃん、行ってみよう。あっちもこっちもトラブルブルブル。やーギルギルやー。完全無欠のパワフルブルブル。あっちもこっちもトラブルブルブル。やーギルギルやー。猫猫クロちゃんパワフルブルブル。かっこいい。今日もまたまた運動。結構猫これなかなかすごい。はいよ。猫愛情戦闘はクロちゃん愛よ正義のパン Say ho もう一度キー Say ho people are you ready Oh alright もう一回クロちゃん今日も無敵 Oh alright だからみんなもなんか寂しい時なんか困った時やつの名前を呼んでみようあっちもこっちもトラブルブルブルやーギルギルやー完全無欠のパワフルブルブルやーあっちもこっちもトラブルブルブルやーギルギルやー猫猫クロちゃんパワフルブルブルいつでもどこでも笑ってスルスルやーギルギルやー涙を拭いてもちょっぴりウルウルギルギルでも明日に向かって前進あるのみくるくるくるくるくるくるくるくるくる猫クロちゃん発進だ
So that was the opening titles to an anime called Cyborg kuro-chan, which was an anime based on the 1997 manga of the same name. And there's the picture. It
Put that
was
in karaoke, right?
I was going to say.
yeah, we need to do the karaoke version of that. We need to get that on karaoke. That theme song is too much of an era. It's the story of Kuro, a house cat, just a normal house cat, until one day he is kidnapped by Dr. Go, a mad scientist who transforms him into a cyborg. He makes the chips, and that supposedly controls him, and he escapes, and he destroys Go's laboratory. Laboratory. So it's Dexter's lab, pretty much. So now Kuro-chan is a cyborg cat who can become a hero, and he uses his powers to protect his elderly owners, who every week will seem to get himself into some sort of trouble. Normally Dr. Go and Co would come up with it.
So anime's Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Yes, I'm really noticing that. So all was going great, all was going amazing. I believe it was a 78 episode anime. But in January 2001, the show production company PIB filed for bankruptcy. Episode 68 aired. No, sorry. Yeah, episode 66 aired, but then we never heard from him again. It was rumoured the original episode airing did air with a promo for episode 67. But apparently this was a mistake. So what happened to episode 67 and 78? Well, from what we have done in the research, it is very likely some sort of work has been done in episode 67 to 71. It's annoying because I remember finding a magazine scan of like the episode titles and like screenshots of the new episodes. I could not find it when I was doing this panel, so I cannot put that in, but I do remember seeing it. Apparently episode 72 and 78 were probably outlined, but probably no production. So what have we found? We found a script for episode 67, and just popped into my head something very similar. You may remember the Pokemon episode I talked about in my first Lost Media panel, the Team Rocket versus Galactic episode. Something very similar just happened with this. They actually found the script for the episode, so we actually know what happened in those 2 episodes of Pokemon that they pretend never existed. Some storyboards and sort of character designs have been released.
Oh, someone wants to fuck an ant.
Yeah.
So sexy ants were going to be involved in one episode, and they were going to be a Yeti in another episode. Again. Actually, kuro-chan was actually sold abroad, to the point there was actually an English dub, but it was only ever released in Asia. And someone actually did a good hunt for it recently. They found the first 13 episodes, and they actually had an interview with the guy who did it, who actually did the dub. And even he was like, I've never seen the dub. He's like, one of the funniest, like, I think it was one of those things, the scripts we got were crap, so we made up our own shit. And he said, I loved it. It's one of those things, I want to see it again. So that's why he was like doing the interview. He was like, I'm so happy you guys have like gone and like, he's found some of the episodes. He's like, yeah, I was so proud of it. And so yeah, all the dubs just got up to episode 66. So this is very likely meaning that these future episodes will not finish. But there is hope that this could not be true. There is an episode of Ghost Stories that was cut, the episode 3, that was called I Am Beautiful, Kuri Honor. This is based on a legend where a woman would ask you if if she was beautiful, and she'd have an overcoat on, and it depended on your reply what she'd do. My understanding is it was something to do with people with split faces, and apparently parents didn't like the idea. This could have been like representing people badly somehow.
I know, like legitimately terrifying this ghost.
Yeah, they were just like, so the episode apparently got pulled before it aired, and it never, like the ghost dub, the famous Ghost Stories dub, never dubs it, never references it. All that exists is a next time preview that appeared in the original version of episode 2. And it looks really funny because it has the Christian girl as the main character, and she was like the funniest one.
Bit of a loss, really, because if it had been offensive to people with cleft palates, God, they would have loved that when they did the Ghost Story.
Yeah! I hate to think the jokes.
They would have
By the way,
loved that.
yeah, people, watch Ghost Stories if you're not. It is a funny show.
It is dated.
It's dated. I'm sorry. It has the some dated jokes.
That
I
makes
should
it
add it.
better if you don't want
Yeah.
your headspace.
Oh my god.
Back to, oh god, every year I seem to put a World Masterpiece Theatre. This is, Nobody Girls Remy. So actually there was an anime, not made by the Masterpiece Theatre people, called Nobody, that was based on the book. The book's actually called Nobody's Boys Remy.
God, sounds like me.
Yeah. And this was the series that killed World Masterpiece Theatre originally. I know they came back, I know there's been some since, but World Masterpiece Theatre launched so many people's career. It essentially helped create Studio Ghibli in a way. And it wasn't for these animes. So these animes were normally based on Western books. There's stuff like Dog of Flanders, I think there's a Peter Pan one, there's a Sound of Music one. They're quite good from what I've seen of them, but most of them are quite hard to find in English, unfortunately.
The women's on Amazon is very good.
Yeah, I see you're saying that. I do know there's some on Amazon. I think Saban dubbed some of them. So what happened was it was 23 episodes into its run, and the TV network went, we don't do well. Yeah, these shows don't do well anymore. So just cut the run. So you're like, oh no, that means the last 3 episodes never aired. In this case, Episode 23 and the last 3 episodes are actually would just air on cable TV, and this did actually happen a few times. Another anime it happened to was the anime King of the Hill. That's definitely an anime. King of the Hill in its last 2 seasons they always thought it's going to be cancelled, to the point, I think in season 10, that they had even animated a scene that was meant to be the last scene, which was actually cut out of the episode, and recently has leaked online. It's a very interesting episode because they retcon 2 episodes out of existence. That shockingly are not that much hated by the fans, but it's just interesting to hear which episodes the creator hated. But what happened with King of the Hill is they had, I think, about 6 episodes left, and it was the new season of like TV in America. And what happened is Fox just turned around and said, we'll take 2 of those episodes, we don't care about the other 4. So 2 episodes aired, including an episode called Serving from Love that is the season finale and features a scene that's the end of King of the Hill, what's meant to be the end of King of the Hill. It's a very subtle scene. You can argue that episodes can take place after it, but it's meant to be the final scene. Then when it went to syndication, these mystery last 4 episodes actually aired. And yeah, it was interesting. So these random 4 episodes, but this means just a really random episode was technically the last episode. So people get really confused and say, I don't like the ending, it's just a really random. And people are like, no, that's not the ending, it's this other episode that aired before it. This does happen a few times. So it shows you sometimes episodes do get lost. So I'm guessing just with kuro-chan, I think just what happened is I just don't think they were finished, or to the point where they could be aired or put onto a dub. So yeah, it's interesting sometimes to show that people put that bit more work in just to get those last few episodes out the door when there's probably absolutely no reason. Right. Oh look, Pokemon's back. They seem to be a repeat offender. They've been in every single year's edition. And at last, I wanted to talk about this. But I was writing the first one, I was like, 95% of these things are Pokemon related. I don't want it to become Pokemon Lost Media and Pals. Okay?
Surprise Pikachu.
Surprise Pikachu, please. I would say the mascot costumes have got through somehow. From someone who may have one. Imagine being the guy or girl who's like, my first role was Pikachu in Pokemon Live. Yes, does! He's not a passenger. I was going to cut this down, but it was too funny. We have been through, you will always be my best friend. Oh, it gets better. I like we got Gen 2 in the background, like, hey guys, coming soon, Trish, you're being you. We didn't quite get the times to make the model, so. Oh, there's apparently a theatre in Canada that it abandoned a load to do that. I like they tried with some of them and not others.
Why would you ever stop?
I was going to cut it down, but I was like, no, it's too funny.
Oh, look. Oh, yeah, it's all side. Look on the right.
He's in this. I don't think he's... Now, this wasn't the only popular show of the 90s to get a live show like this. And the only reason I can just pick a live show up is so I can show this one clip.
Guys, let me ask you this. Do you sometimes wish that April was a turtle?
Conceptually, that works for me. You know, I where you going? Man, I cracked myself up.
Oh, I've been trying to talk her into an interspecies relationship for months.
And she won't do it.
You're in the wrong anime for that.
I like how she's trying to save the situation.
Being a reporter, it's hard for me not to analyze. And the good thing about these guys...
I just wanted to show you that one clip. Pokemon Live was a stage show that ran 2000 to 2002.
Back to the moment with that. Sorry.
That's okay, it's okay. He's okay, it's very funny.
People are still going on.
Okay, it toured the USA, did go to the United Arab Emirates, Mexico, Portugal, Belgium. There was supposed to be a UK branch of the tour, but it was cancelled due to low ticket sales. By the way, this was 2002, when nobody cared about Pokemon. Very, very different times. The show was mostly songs that actually appeared in the P2 box section, but there was a few original songs in there, here and there. The show is non-canon. Actually, they created a Pokemon for it, Mecha Mewtwo 2. Pokemon card, which I think you can tell they couldn't quite get Wizards of the Coast to make a new card, or probably Pokemon Japan to sign off on something. So they tried to make it look like it, but not.
Very hard.
Yeah, someone tried, and yeah, so
Gun tank.
yeah, so this show didn't sell out in 2002. I remember seeing posters for it in like Nintendo magazine, and I was a bit older at the time. My dad was stupid.
They should have started negotiating it.
They spelt the description wrong.
Oh god.
It's not wrong.
I'm sure.
Shows you how much quality was in this.
I'm furious.
Right. This is an interesting Pokemon product because it had some interesting. There was a lot of shipping of Ash and Misty. This is the first time Ash would meet Giovanni. He would not meet him in the anime until Pokemon Black and White, which was many years later. We also find out that Giovanni knew Ash's mum when they were younger, and this is where it starts off that a fan theory that Giovanni is Ash's dad, and this is apparently where that theory comes from. I'd like to add, this is non-canon, 100%, and Silver is actually Giovanni's son, and that has been made canon in the Gold and Silver remakes. So I guess they could be brothers. If anybody here wants to follow that theory. So it was meant to come to VHS and DVD because 2002 was that weird time with both. But poor kids never put it out due to the fact, the poker fad, the poker boom had been over. A few clips appeared online, but very poor cam rips. Until a video was posted by YouTuber T.A.T.u. T.A.T.u. is a very well-known YouTuber, and he wanted to make a reaction video out of this. But he found out that he could find no full videos, so he could make no reaction. So the hunt was kickstarted to find this 4Kids master copy, and that was allegedly out there. Yeah, they did get in contact with someone in the production, and he did have a copy, but it was really zoomed out, and it's not professionally done. It's literally just one camera angle the entire time. As you can see from this example, you can't really see what's going on. Later, a copy from Dubai was found, but sadly, a lot of songs about it have been cut down to 15 minutes. Ash's mum had been taken out, so none of that. Giovanni is Ash's dad. stuff anymore.
On stage in Dubai.
Yeah.
God, that's probably true.
So we did find something. We did find something else very interesting on our plate.
Son la sustancia más dura de la Tierra y la medalla diamante es la medalla Pokémon más difícil de obtener en la
So it's
Tierra.
explaining the plot.
Solo hay una manera de obtenerla. Solo hay una manera de hacerla tuya, únicamente tuya. Venciéndome a mí y a mi Pokémon en un combate. ¿Eres un entrenador suficientemente bueno para intentarlo? Si es
It's
así,
like some real out there
visita
rap
nuestro
song.
sitio en la red. www.medalladiamante.com.
So yeah, Giovanni's got a new
Descarga
badge.
una
That's
copia
what
del
I was saying.
donde se llevarán a cabo los combates.
Oh no, this gets way worse. This gets way worse.
How?
You're going to see in a moment. I don't know if it's bad as Ninja Turtle, but it is pretty bad. Here we go. You're going to see what. So when it came to Mexico, they did something very interesting to this musical. You're going to see in a moment what they did. And they somehow made it worse.
Oh, that's subtitles.
Don't worry, you'll see.
Oh my god.
They gave every character masks. They were like, we need to make them look more like they were in the anime. So, no effort had been taken in these outfits. This is just like absolute. So, we found the whole show. We found the whole show. Oh god, it makes it worse. Oh my. Why? I just noticed that. Oh, it gets worse. It gets worse. It gets worse. I'm going to show you the first musical number. It's coming, guys. So, this is technically a full copied musical, but in Mexican, and everybody's now. He's coming, he's coming. This is just, I have to just keep this here. It makes it worse! It's just still not the. Oh, you'll see in a second what's going to happen. Come on, get to the first song. The first song's amazing. Come on!
Get on with it.
Get on with it! You'll be here in a minute. Trust me. I can't even set a joke up later if I don't just No, there is one thing that happens in a moment. And here he comes. Here he comes. No, get to the song. I like to do this with someone's in Reiki. So those Kagumi students.
Y tú siempre serás mi pequeñito. Ten cuidado.
Here we go. Here we go. I don't. It's the American flag. It boxes of the American flag. And the whole first number of the song, he sings the opening. Yeah. And it's Mexico! Sadly, to this day, no full uncursed version of Pokemon Live exists. Uncursed, yeah. You can watch the cursed version. You can't watch the normal version. You have to watch it cursed and in Mexican. So, yeah, or really, you can watch it really zoomed out, the cut down version in Dubai, or the cursed Mexican version. Those are your options. The uncut original vision is no longer there. But this is not the only Pokemon musical out there. There is a more cursed one somehow. Conan in the World of Pokemon! You'll see the Ronan! You can see the moment more Conan! Oh, by the way, this is official in a way. It features this happened quite a lot. Only the Italian and Korean versions of Pokemon don't use this song. That was done because the Japanese version also uses it only song. It gets better, it gets better. So, this play is a crossover with another beloved anime series that has been running for a very, very long time. And both casts of the Arabic dub of both shows, actually vocals appear. So somewhere in the HQ somewhere, two sets of people potentially signed off on this and said, this is A-OK for both our properties. Here we go. Who is he crossing over with? You'll see in a moment. Oh, well, come on. It's like every clip is like they just go on and on. They want to show the curse stuff. Here he comes, here he comes. Here he comes. Who is he going to meet? Who is Pokemon going to have a crossover with?
No.
Yes! Detective Conan!
I never said
And you can see they made their own theme song up for Conan in the Arabic world. It's still a bot. Right, so Conan in the land of Pokemon. This is a crossover between the animes Pokemon and Detective Conan.
no.
Which is very interesting. If you have seen Detective Conan, it can get quite graphic in places.
Read the Pokedex.
Yeah.
I promise you, every episode is how much blood there's about the
Yeah,
hole.
there's blood. For example, Fox Kids tried to dub it once. Allegedly, they put 3 episodes together, and allegedly, it was an absolute mess. Allegedly, it may have aired somewhere, but yeah, it's like if you watch Conan, essentially, the episode 1 includes a scene where a guy gets his head cut off with a roller coaster. So it would have been a bit hard, and it's kind of like it's not like they can like avoid that bit. It kind of starts the entire plot, the entire series, which is over 1,000 episodes. So that isn't there.
Everyone a banger.
Yeah, Space Tune were the people who did this, and they were the official broadcasters of both shows at the time. Both dubcasts were in this.
I feel wrung out emotionally.
And you want to know the wild thing? This is not lost! The DVD that VHS actually existed and got released, but the official Pokemon one never got one. Oh, the guy at the top never appears in the musical at any point. I never even got to the Pokemon. Trust me, they were cursed, but
I think it represents the audience.
We've invented a secret third emotion. This.
But I got to tell you, there is a third Pokemon stage play that allegedly exists. But luckily for you, there are no clips or video. But I just thought I'd bring it up because it sounds absolutely no photos, only testimony. It was made by Kids Kanzasanji, a Buddhist group based in Saitama City, in Japan. They were founded in 1957 by Juchi, Ashi, and Marcel. And yeah, they are a group of, essentially a religious group, and they put out a load of unofficial stage plays that features characters from such properties as Doraemon, Pokmon, Super Sentai, Power Rangers, without permissions. And unfortunately, we've only ever got video of the Doraemon one.
So Pokemon religious propaganda.
Yeah.
Very ironic.
What's that eccentric bloke? They made a film about it and he's important in the rock scene.
I'm not
There's a
sure.
guy, a mascot, a human man from the UK, and they made a film about
Oh,
that.
yes.
That thing.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same.
I remember
Oh my
him,
God.
yeah. This was a propaganda play. It was shown at kids' events, I think it was shown at kids' camps. And the show allegedly had a load of digs at Takashi Inanara, who was a president of another group. So they just spent a load of the play dissing this other guy.
So it's a religious diss track.
Yeah. So the characters are like, this guy sucks. he doesn't know what he's doing. His religious group's silly. We're the mean ones. Sadly, no photo of it. It's just people on the internet saying who were witness to it as children said it existed. So now we're talking about anime and music. But there was a band that once almost got an anime. But who could it be?
Yeah.
Remember these two?
I know about this.
This is T.A.T.u,
Yeah.
a girl band that started in 1999. They were made up of Lena and Julia. And they were well known for this. I'm not showing the video. The song is still a banger. It's ended up being #1 in the UK charts. It even made Richard and Judy mad at the time. I will say
Why
this.
does Richard look like Trump now?
Wow. They both look terrible.
He's even terrible.
I'm gonna say this, they did make some banger music videos. And yes, they're super controversial, and some of the things we get into later was extremely wrong. But at the time, this is one of the first things I remember getting off the internet, some of these uncut videos. They were very interesting, and they were a trip, and my younger days, yeah, the same. They did some interesting stuff, and I will say this. At the time, I had T.A.T.u's album. I thought they were really cool, and I had a period where I was really into T.A.T.u, and I heard there was going to be a T.A.T.u anime. I'm sorry. I'm shocked you've not done it yet.
It's in my notes. It's been there.
You
for
are
years.
fully allowed. I'm just saying this. You are fully allowed to do anything I talk about.
And vice versa. And I had shouted you out the one you didn't make it to.
Yeah, I know. You can, we have a friendly sort of thing.
Related territory.
I mean, you can. It's funny because there's really only one video on YouTube about it, and the YouTuber who made it is actually in this room somewhere, and it's not me. Mystery. So they're watching me going like, you better get this right, I'm going to tell you later what you got wrong. You hack YouTuber. So it was planned for 2004 release, anime. So the anime would star T.A.T.u. Here is a production photo. Don't that look cool? Don't that look cool? It's like Frozen, but with T.A.T.u. That would have been like 2004, Tim's like, oh, Ninja's Evangelion and a T.A.T.u anime. There was even Comic merchandise, which I cannot find any photos of. The staff, they said it was going to be made by iMovie. They had worked sort of in stuff. They had worked on some stuff, like in between animation. I think this was going to be their first big. They literally got Shizuno Onmare, the guy from Cowboy Bebop, to do the opening titles. It was going to be directed by Naruto Kazugani and Seijun Kano that didn't really, I think they did some stuff. And Ivan Shavolopoulos would direct it, and he would do everything in it because he is amazing apparently. And this is the guy, and this is the reason why this This is kind of, he was the guy who, he was their executive producer and the manager of T.A.T.u. This was all his baby. He led them to worldwide stardom, so let's give him that.
He looks like his head would pop off like a Ken doll along that scene.
So, 2003, the documentary T.A.T.u were there, and it came out that they were not in a relationship. That was made up. It was to the point where they revealed Lena was actually pregnant, and that they were made to be in a relationship by their producer. This, of course, called outrage and queerbait. This is queerbaiting, and this, sadly, as I said, this is why I sort of put the thing at the start. This is not cool. It does put a huge downer on what was some really good stuff, and I do fully understand if people are like, yeah, I just do not want to like think about their stuff. I can understand. That is cool. It's not cool what they did or what he did. I still enjoyed the music. I thought the music videos were good. I kind of tried to take myself away from it, but I can understand why people would do it. And luckily, the girls thought the same, and they cut themselves off from him, and that killed the project off. They did do an anime music video, and it doesn't look very good. So one last mockery of what could not be. Oh look, everyone, Doraemon's back. It's the other repeat offender.
Singapore.
This is it. That was like the only clip on the internet of a film called Doraemon's Robot War. It was a 1983 movie. There were a lot of Doraemon movies. This is just some of them. Honest to God, Doraemon probably is one of the franchises that has the longest running movie franchises. But this movie was not made in Japan, and it allegedly wasn't official. Here is the poster for it. It was made in Taiwan by Coco-Nest Studios.
Why is there a knock off idiom on that poster?
I think that was another bootleg movie then. So the cast, the movie moves the cast to Taiwan. They just now live in Taiwan, and it's a very well made bootleg. The movie did not do well in the box office, which is kind of a shame because it looks like they actually put effort in this. So no home media release happens. It became lost to time, and someone uploaded clips on their vlog, and they got upset about people reposting it. He claimed to have it on VHS, but the clips are all pulled down, and that's the theory that it may, the production, the Doraemon people may have had some, because they were the ones who pulled it down. Not the first time a Doraemon project. Of course, Doraemon 73, which we talked about in the first one, was the original version of Doraemon, and they wanted to bury this so badly, and to this day, only the opening titles and the closing titles exist online, and some scripts. So it's like, Robot Wars will be lost to time, and unless someone goes to Taiwan and finds their own bootleg copy and put it on the internet. So, this is kind of the main thing. I'm just going to check how much time I got. I think I've got some time. I'm hopefully going to get through most of it. So, the last 3 years, in the background, I thought, I've been talking about lost media. We've seen like these lost media hunts happen. I thought I'm going to do my own personal lost media hunt. So let's see what my goal for this lost media hunt was. I want to find video, photo, or any type of media from the very first minamicon. So this is going to be hard. I really didn't think I was going to be able to do this. So I wanted to see what I could find. So where did I start my search? So what is found essentially is out there. There have been lots of many great photographers and YouTubers or video people who have done stuff. Of course, the people who do the photography room, they're all great photographers. There's many great photographers. For example, I was out at the One Piece meet. There were so many photographers there. It was great to see. So it is absolutely amazing. But there is one site that's absolutely amazing for this. Many Lemons, run by Nerd. If you want to do anything, honest to God, Nerd is the absolute goat for this website. There is so much information that, or photos that would have just probably been lost to time if it wasn't for this website. It's an absolutely amazing project.
It's got over the counter for Amecon's photos.
Yeah. And this isn't just minamicon. It's for years. Practically, you want an amazing, like, to see what cosplay was like back in the day. So Nerd actually has all the way back to minamicon 8, so 2000. I'm all the way down to 2002.
Chris, that's you, isn't it?
Oh, well.
Is that you in the middle?
Yes, yes it is.
So I strongly recommend
I have
checking
no
out
memory of this photo.
many lemons. I quit. So let's see what 2002 looked like.
Oh,
What cosplay? There's some really good cosplay there.
really nice
Yeah, really nice, really nice. This is what tech looked like at minamicon. And you know, I always have just humongous respect when I see photos like this, like people, you know, they have put so much effort in, and it's like, I wish I could go back and give them all the tech we have now. It'd be amazing what some of these people probably would have come up with.
Yeah, but can you imagine P.A.T.u?
So here we go, this may get a little bit sad unfortunately. Here is a photo from my first minamicon. I just picked a really dodgy photo, but there is a reason. This is a bittersweet photo. Standing behind me is my friend Nadine. She's one of my first anime friends and sadly lost her battle to cancer. I do miss her deeply, so I just thought I'd put that in there. So, yeah, I wanted to put that in there, but it's a lovely photo, and this sometimes, you know, no, I haven't caught that moment. I don't think I knew it at the time, but I'm thankful for people like this. We can remember the good times, even though it's very sad. One of the things I wanted to find was the minamicon tent, which you can see here. Sorry for any people who are like, I don't show my cosplay from that then. I'm sorry, but I needed to get a photo of the minamicon tent. That was the best photo I could find of the minamicon tent from the outside. I think I've seen the inside photos, but I was like, so YouTube, this channel is also amazing. Demon's channel, there is so much coverage from many cons, and this goes all the way back to minamicon 14, where there was an extremely interesting documentary, which I do strongly recommend you watch, because it captures what it is. This is 2 years before I came to the convention, and it does capture an amazing time capsule to show you what the event is. I do strongly recommend you. It literally just called minamicon 14. It's like in 3 parts. It's that time when YouTube wouldn't let you upload more than 10 minutes at a time. So I do strongly recommend it. So we have some stuff that's actually lost from this hunt. The minamicon 24, 21 and 20 masquerade are mostly missing. There are a few clips. This means many walk-ons and skits. The video version includes Bison Senpai's debut. So yeah, Bison Senpai's debut is lost media, and there's some other skits that are lost media. Of course, there could be a lot of panels that are lost media. But of course, there are so many panels going on, that is always going to happen. Luckily, Chris here is making sure this one doesn't become lost media. I mean, I did a panel last night, has now become lost media because I didn't film it because it would be cheap. Yeah? Yeah?
There is a not chance that I might have some clips on that.
Whoa, cool. Okay. So yeah, this is what I'm saying, guys. If you've got clips or anything, please just put them out there. I understand if you're like, okay, it has that, like, you know, someone that I don't really want to think about anymore. I do understand. If you have media you don't want to share, that's fully, we should never harass anyone from lost media. If you feel comfortable putting it out there, please do. If you don't feel comfortable, please don't. It's saying we should never force someone to put a clip or a video out or a photo out they just don't feel comfortable about. So I should just add this, because there has unfortunately been some cases in lost media hunts where people have got quite nasty, and I don't want that to happen here. So after looking around, I found this amazing website, Animeji, a long forgotten anime website that I don't think had been updated since 2004. And they had a whole outline of minamicon 6 and 5. So let's have some more photos. Some of these photos will look really poor because I have to up them. This is registration. You may recognise at least one of the people there. I don't want to embarrass, I'm so sorry if I'm embarrassing anyone here. This is the video room. Back in the day, even when I first came, there was a lot more video rooms. Now of course, we watched anime, it was great. I remember watching the first Evangelion movie here. Yeah, you were in there, yeah, it was so good.
That was back when we could show fan subs.
Yeah, good times. They had Pokemon. They had an opening and they actually had a stage.
House fashion, everybody with the big white t-shirts tucked in awkwardly.
They had a line to buy stuff. This is some of the stuff you could buy. I think that's in like, I think that may be Untitled, is that Untitled Publications still back then? They don't have a, or was that
you mean United Publications?
Yeah. Was that theirs or was that someone else's? Or was that actually MVM's themselves? Yeah, sorry. I was trying to do this research, and I wasn't there at the time, so do say if I got something wrong. There was a games room. That was where the Bring and Buy room is now. This is what cosplay looked like. Look at Lord Ashram. I think that's Lord Ashram in the middle, living it up. Yeah. And then we hit minamicon 5. This is what Reg looks like. There was the opening. I think that's Dragon. Yes, he used to run in London Anime Gaming Club. I was about to say the other word. This is the OG. This is the original. That's where I met people like Nadine, who we were talking about earlier, and that's probably the reason I came to this convention. So I guess I have this guy. We have all this guy to thank because I think he was a big part of early minamicon. So yes, it's nice to remember. Here's what the dealer's room looked like. Here's more dealer room stuff. Here's, that's it. That's the one. I knew I had. I do apologise if I accidentally had post pictures on of anyone who was dodgy or something. I'm so sorry. I just wanted to say, like, I tried to keep group photos or like photos of stuff so that's
I don't know,
like.
did Michael Towers ever go to Minami?
Yeah, that's what I think he did. There's the video game room again. There's Helen McCartney. She used to do panels
I
here.
was going to ask if you wanted me to hit her up for photos, because
Yeah.
her partner is an artist archivist person who might
Yeah, I was
we're
about to
friends on Facebook, she's
say.
lovely.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I may actually. I was actually talking to someone about her, and someone else wanted to contact. So I actually did want to talk to you about that. So, but we'll do that after the panel. We get that. Here is his set. I just love stuff like. I just love seeing like this. It's just. I love seeing how it was back in the day. And I think we should always remember these people who came before us. I mean, we still do this. Here's karaoke! And they're playing the half dragon thing, and they have to look at the little lyrics on there. Isn't that adorable?
And they had a big stack of VHS tapes for every song.
Yeah. Oh, just the effort. Here's like kind of the only kind of like masquerade sort of photo. There's a man in a bear outfit.
I feel uncomfortable.
Yeah. So now I'm all the way down to 1999. Well, I was running out of things. I thought this was it. I got to the 90s, just the 90s. This was as I was doing this hunt a while ago. This was when Google Groups are still open. I actually found some reviews of early minamicons. So let's try reading this out in a funny voice. Here is my attempted con report. Sorry if the person in here wrote this report. I'm not making fun of you. I'm just trying to make this more entertaining. Friday was a bit dull. There weren't many people around. I thought it was supposed to be an absence of a pre-organised event. Must have been. After Shikanori organised the third video room in the maze at the time of the hotel, back of the hotel, minamicon go one better and put in the fan room in the other hotel. Not much expected to watch unsubbed stuff do. Stuff like Shin Tachi looked fun, but at least the vegetated plot scene too have we have lots of people to buy. Saturday was much more fun. A well-stocked dealer's room, that's good to hear. Sorted goods. We were slightly combated by the fact that
Oh my God.
this is just amazing. This is amazing. I'm looking for going to do less somewhere overseas. I'd weighed up the woodly cheap in the import. I couldn't wait. It was just does the quality and size matter? The deal seems to be increasing the size. Question 2. The pixels, there was fansies back in these days. It reminds me of a little of Ghost in the Shells, though Dave kind of got away with the book. I don't know half the thing what he's talking about. It's like, Helen's talk was particularly the most about new. Manga Mania, I think, was that one of the magazines. Developing sounds promising. The opportunity to get Ghost in the Shell for the 4th time. Sounds like, what? As I said, this would be lost to time because they shut Google Groups a while ago. This is just a random... This was just a random other one I found. minamicon 1996. So we're back. We got to 1996. So we're one short. And looks like a book in advance. Oh no, Saturday. It's in the Portsmouth. We're still in Portsmouth. They have 3 video rooms, including a 100-seater. and a 30-seater, and a trader's room with 12 tables and a fan room. I actually looked up what the fan room was.
Oh God.
There was like lots of, am I fan enough for the fan room? I think I posted this on the minamicon group once. I'm scared I'm not fan enough for the. I think Chris had one of these like you get photos of Japanese fans in there, and it was like there was just a load of fans you could get photos with. My understanding, and
There
someone
was only fans in there.
only fans, yes. We could have made that joke as well. My understanding, it was a room where people could do events in. So I guess what kind of we're doing now, they give me a room and a microphone. My understanding, it was a room, and I think people could run quizzes and things. So it's interesting to see how that has evolved. We've gone from probably a convention being mostly video rooms, and they sort of give you a room and like, hey, you want to do a quiz or something, do it here. Because of course back then you didn't have the internet, talking to people. Oh, we had the internet, but it was a lot slower too. A lot of people didn't have it. And even then, I think you sent a check if you wanted to come to me.
Oh my God, Duncan Law Green has a name. I've not seen it in a long
I was
time.
just going to say something like Duncan Law Green.
He used to get really pissed off if you called him an astrologist.
I actually found a copy of Manga Mania, and they had a review of minamicon free. I can't read that. I'm going to have to read the bigger one.
So they were wearing Southampton 250.
You say not wearing your glasses.
Oh, wow, it was in July.
Now it's
Yeah.
come back again.
Oh,
It
wow.
was in February, now it's coming back.
Yeah. Oh, and they're just talking about how they watched the new anime, Visions of Escafone, the Desco, and of course the big new boy, Neon Genesis Evangelion. Sadly, we don't hear much of that one anymore. But we got to watch classics like Lupin the Third. The main drop with the lack of space at times. The dealer's room was particularly crowded. Ditto to the bar. There were 2 small video rooms. Got very, very crowded. The other criticism: there was no live no panels. Boo! There was none. There was no. What else? How many panels we have now? And there was none. There was absolutely none. So they were recommending you come to minamicon 4 in 1998 and have a good time. And
There's some outfit going there, United Publications.
oh wow.
And also, Lum gets her kit off.
It was a different time. Here are some of the companies. Iocon, 1998. That never went anywhere, unfortunately. Yeah, long forgotten anime convention there, total failure. minamicon 4, which dates are to be confirmed.
Are there any photos of the Liverpool one that was an absolute disaster? Literally just called AnimeCon. The one where Martin Dudman went to a DIY shop to lock the door because he was convinced his kit was going to get robbed. He locked the door and then a drunk person fell through the wall and knocked his
It's just got wilder and wilder. I think next year we should just do a history of minamicon panel. Well, no, history minamicon and those, because I did almost do a whole section on Anime Day, the first few, because I think it's the anniversary this weekend of the first Anime Day, and I wanted to do like, oh, it's been 33 years since, but I was tired and I couldn't get the slides done, but I wanted to do that. Hey, happy 33 years, everybody! And I found out the first ever panel was run by Helen. And it was the only panel at the event. So Helen is essentially all our mothers.
I caught 98. That's the one where Ashram killed the floor.
I was a school child at the time. They wouldn't have let me in.
I found the DVR at that convention before Miss started doing it.
I didn't even live in this country back then.
What, your
So-
English is gotten good?
Yeah. So I was a school. That's my excuse. The reason I don't know a lot about this stuff is because I was a school child and I would not have been allowed in.
Like what, 34?
Some of us were there.
Yeah, I know. I'm not going to say out loud. I'm not going to say out
My
loud.
age. Your first one's my first one.
Yeah. I think you're right here. So, I was out of Leeds now. I out of some mad thing. I was checking the Wayback Machine. I'd done it before. I'd done it with the current minamicon website. One day, for some other reason, I went, I'm just going to type minamicon into Wayback Machine and see what happens. And other websites started popping up. So this internet thing.
God, Anime England, Jesus Christ.
For a while.
You can't just say that and not drop stories.
For a while, minamicon.
Okay, you want stories about Anime England?
That should be another panel.
I think we're gonna have this.
I think you might need to volunteer your services.
Yeah, I recommend someone who was there. Do you want to do a panel about this? Please do.
They got
Because
7 people
I
who
my
want no
excuses.
hotel
I was a
triple
school
room.
child and I would have not been allowed to attend. And my parents probably wouldn't let me come and stay overnight, and my father would have probably come with me, and or my
was
mother.
set up as a digger, the guy who ran Anime Europe.
As you can see, for a while, minamicon would open a new site every year. Because they probably didn't quite know how the internet worked.
You did.
And I found some photos from some sites. I found this lovely photo. Unfortunately, I don't know what years these are from. Theatre's room. I apologise if I'm embarrassing anyone. Look at themselves. Some think that even getting sale. That was probably going to be worth a fortune now. And we got UFO catcher plushes. They were really popular back in the day. More dealer's room. So I did it. One of the old minamicon websites had a history page. I clicked on it. There was a section called minamicon 1 and minamicon 2. Minamicon 2, one photo was no longer sadly working. But there it was, 4 images. 4 images, the thing I wanted to find the most. Images from the first ever minamicon. And probably a very interesting one. So here we go. We're going all the way back. We're in the first, so this is technically now this is the 30th anniversary year, but even though I know next year we're going to count as 30th edition. Let's go back in time. Here we go, our first photo, and it's a guy. I'm sure, I just imagine everyone coming in and being like, wow, actual anime photos on the wall. This is amazing. So things have changed, but this is very interesting to see.
Hint, they weren't photos. For the most part, they were paintings.
Wow.
That was the art show.
Wow, that's amazing. Thanks for telling me that. Okay, I take you back my previous comment. That's some of that stuff looks absolutely just to think how early the fandom would have been back then. Like, I'm just sad that there's not better photos of those paintings out there.
There might be. It might just
Yeah, I said there might be. I was saying, guys, if you do have media that you are comfortable releasing, please do. But at the same time, also know finding the media, digitizing the media, it can get a bit complex. We respect that. And at the same time, if there's media you're not comfortable about releasing, please, the same. Never be peer pressured into it. If you don't want to release it, that's 100% okay. It's your choice. It's your media. Here is a photo of the theatre's room. Unfortunately, it's just a bit of a shame that we can't really see what's been sold.
That's pretty much what it looks like.
That's really not changed that much.
Only the carpet.
But, as we're on before the masquerade, do you want to see some cosplay from minamicon 1?
Yes!
Do you want to see 75% of the cosplayers? They are really good, considering.
75%.
Don't worry, because now we're going to go to the minamicon 1 masquerade. This was the photo I was most proud of. Here we are. Here is the complete group photo. Here is our 3 cosplayers, our 3 brave pioneers. Of course, tonight we will have the 29th edition, 28 editions later, and when you're watching it, just remember these 3 faces.
Pioneers.
They were pioneers, everyone. And yeah, they need to be remembered as heroes. They were the first. And whether they would have fought 30 years later, people would still be doing this. They probably were like, I hope not. It would be nice if they could see what this world grew into.
And they're here tonight.
The exact same costumes.
Recreated 30 years
guys! And they're like, this convention got weird. Back in my day, we just drew on boards.
I think the box could be a snake cosplayer, but I don't know if the game came out.
No, that's too early. It's a bit too early.
Somebody had done that at one of the Minamicon.
Yes. So, that's how I found the minamicon 1 masquerade. And thank you for joining me for 3 years of this. I was a bit like I was going to take this on a rest, but how popular it is, I don't think I'm legally allowed to anymore. I may write it off. As I said, please do, we have the minamicon group, if you want to just put it out there, if you've got video footage, clips, photos, as I said before, please, if you're comfortable with it, you don't feel. Please remember the Lost Media Wiki. This is how I got started on Lost Media. Brilliant sites. They don't have a page about minamicon, but probably should do, but they probably say it's not important enough. But there is a lot of pages on the Lost Media Wiki. And thank you so much for watching the show. Way! Thank you.